What's going on, fam, and welcome back to another episode of Absurd Arguments. My name is Matthew, and I'm here with my good friend Nathan. Nathan, what it do, young blood?
You know, it do pretty good, my friend. Do pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, most deaf.
Today is not just any ordinary day. Today is a day of confession, and Nathan, I have something to confess to you.
You're pregnant.
No, recently, for your birthday, we went to a restaurant, and then after eating, we went and saw the new movie Suzume in theaters, and it was really good.
Right.
And Nathan, that was the second time I saw the movie.
Wow. I feel real betrayed.
Whenever you said, "Hey, we should go watch this new movie Suzume. It looks really good, and it's by a director both of us like," and the whole time I was thinking, should I tell him I've already seen this movie? And I was like, no, I'm just gonna go along with it and act like I've never seen the movie.
I feel betrayed and lied to.
I understand, but
yeah,
a part of this though is betrayal. Is our podcast episode today is going to talk about rivalries, and one of these rivalries is, as a matter of fact, both you and me. We are always at odds, and I don't always like to be against you, but there are some times where it's necessary, and betrayal is a part of that.
I mean, we're constantly at each other's throats on the podcast.
Yeah.
Gosh, I really do feel betrayed. Why didn't you just tell me if you saw that stupid movie?
Because that's what rivals do. We make it hurt where it matters.
Wait, no. Just like, when did you see it?
I saw it the day it came out, so the Friday before.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man, wow.
Yeah.
You literally could have told me. I would have been fine with it. I would have been like, cool. Well, I would have been like, is it even worth seeing? And then you could have been like, yeah, it is. You should see it. And then I would have still seen it.
Well, the fact that I went along and saw it with you anyways, that should tell you whether it was worth seeing or not.
Yeah, but then I would have had like verbal confirmation. Whatever. Hey, I think so folks, today we're going to be talking about rivalries and just classic stuff, and classic enemies. But there's just a lot of things in this world that are enemies, and so we had to leave a lot on the cutting room floor.
We did.
So Matthew and I are going to take turns revealing classic rivalries we could have talked about instead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess I'll go first.
Yes.
Cobras and mongoose. Mongooses.
Yes.
Mongoose.
And not like a special mongoose, just like a regular one.
Dude, they hate each other, man. And like,
they do hate each other.
It's just not fair that cobras lose because they're like the coolest snake, undoubtedly. So that's a
mongoose is like an ugly otter.
Like that. Why are we roasting mongoose? They're not. Yep. They're not here right now to defend themselves.
That's true. Granted, every single person we've ever talked about on this podcast has never been here to defend themselves.
Yeah, but like mongoose can't even speak human, so they seem at like a double disadvantage.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not here to judge them. Well, actually, I am judging them, but I mean, anyways,
it's about to be Matthew versus mongoose.
Yes. The rivalry, again, another rivalry that we thought about, but decided not to go was left versus right Twix.
Yeah, that's a tasty one.
It is a
I like
tasty
that.
one. Yeah, but
Yeah,
we couldn't do it because there's not enough information on the internet other than, the different advertisements and things. And so it wouldn't
right.
really be too much of an argument because that's a little bit more subjective, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, I was fine with it because we'd have to do extensive taste testing research, but
Mm,
whatever. We can do it next time.
yep, yep, yeah.
Okay, here's mine. Dave Ramsey versus people who are in debt.
He hates
Dave,
them. He hates them. He's
but Dave, good old Dave, he's got the Financial Peace University, but he's
Mhm.
like, look, I used to be you losers. I got out of it. And he wants to help
Yeah.
people get out of it too.
Mhm.
But yeah, he hates people in debt.
Yeah,
Not poor people, but just people in debt, I think.
people in debt. He's like a fitness trainer and an obese person.
Right.
That's
Okay,
kind
yeah.
of the way to look at it.
Right.
Which
That's a
you
great
have
way.
experience with those rivalries.
Yeah, I'm a fitness trainer. Oh. What about you, Matthew? What's your next one?
Sorry,
Or is it
that
just
was
fitness
incredibly
trainers and
mean.
fat people? Why do
No,
you have to
that's
say
not it.
obese? Just
We,
say fat. Coward.
I could just go ahead and go all out and say morbidly obese, but
Sure. Super fat
no,
people
yeah.
and super fit and attractive fitness trainers.
Hey, the difference is one vowel.
Yeah. What's your next rivalry?
Another rivalry we could have talked about was all the big sports rivalries, teams. So you've got, you know, the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees,
Right.
or just like the many rivalries over the years of like, who's better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Is so many different things we could have gone, but
Yeah.
as we all know, we're both wildly educated in sports that it would be very uninteresting for the listener.
Yeah. You know, my knowledge of sports is so vast.
Mm-hmm.
I did see this meme the other day, Matthew, and I meant to send it to you, but I forgot. Uh, it was somebody saying that they were shocked. They the one thing they didn't believe about the Harry Potter movies and books was that it
Mm-hmm.
was set in the 90s. And despite that fact, nobody ever took the time to say, the Chicago Bulls are on a really big run this year, aren't they? Like nobody says that at all in any of the books or movies. So
Yeah,
it's not
because
set in the 90s.
they're in the United Kingdom and not America.
But the Chicago Bulls, man, they had such a huge run.
They did, but
Like Jordan was leading them to victory.
yeah, but
Uh, Here's my final one. Um,
mm-hmm.
okay, this is a classic rivalry, been going on for ages, honestly. Uh, the amount of books I own versus the space available I have on my bookshelves.
Yes, that is a huge rivalry because um, you just don't have a lot of space to put all these books, and they've
Right.
even become to you have a bookshelf in your hallway.
Yeah, I do. But that's holding my board games, so that's my board game bookshelf.
Exactly.
Uh,
So if you ditch your board games, you'll have more space for your books.
no. What will I do if I'm bored?
You read.
What if I'm bored of reading? See, it's a catch-22. And then if I'm bored of all of it, I just play video games instead.
Yep, yep, yep.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
and
huge one.
in the final one we put on the chopping block was Supreme Court justices versus maniacal serial killers.
Yeah, that's a classic.
It is a classic rivalry because you have one side of justice and the other side of absolute chaos.
Yeah, you have the ultimate ultimate justice versus ultimate evil, you know? Serial
Yes.
killers. Gosh,
And
they don't
Supreme Court
just
justices.
see the thing about serial killers is like they don't just kill once and then just go, I'm done, I'm content. Like they
Mm-hmm.
just have to keep doing it, dude.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like sometimes they have weird stuff they have to do as well, like, oh, I can only kill when I'm dressed up as a clown or something. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous.
Yeah. So, and then obviously, Supreme Court justices, they're too powerful. That's why
Well,
they have term limits.
well see, here's the thing with like Supreme Court justices, it seems they just live forever, which is
Yes.
like the opposite of serial killers. They die so young
Mm,
sometimes.
yes. Yeah. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about other rivalries, and
Right.
these
The big
rivalries are
ones.
things. They're so big. They're ones that's on everyone's minds. They permeate the internet. It's left people saying that these battles are. One video I watched, a little spoiler of what the method of research I used. I was watching one, and it said that the fight scene was epically awesome.
Mm,
And the
yeah.
video was 11 years old, and I was like, ah, yes, when people used to use epic.
Yeah. We need to bring that back. It'd be
We
epic if we
should
did.
not. We should not.
I'm gonna bring it back. Hey, editor? No, wait, it's just Matthew.
I was about to
Keep
say,
track
that's me.
keep track of how many times I use the word epic in
Yeah.
our podcast today.
Every time someone says the word epic, an annoying dinging sound will go off.
No, that's not epic. All right, well,
Yeah.
let's cue the music. That's a sound that doesn't annoy me.
All right, so the method of research we did for this week is, I kind of alluded to it, but I watched YouTube videos. I made sure to take plenty of good notes on these videos, and one of the topics I have taken extensive notes. So be ready for that. But Nathan, how did you do your research this week?
I did it through watching movies and TV shows,
Oh, interesting.
primarily movies.
Mm,
That's where my inspiration comes from.
I
Um,
see.
one of these topics I'm very very serious about, and
Oh.
so the movies I'll go over are like genuine classics that I love to death. And so
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know how humorous it'll be, Matthew, but I think I will definitely cement the fact that I have won the argument. So we'll see.
Strap in, folks. Get ready for this educational comedy podcast episode.
Oh,
You're
it'll
good.
be
You're gonna
great.
get educated.
You're, if you like it or not, too bad. You're gonna get educated.
Yep. So our first discussion is a tale as old as time. We're
Oh,
gonna talk
Beauty and the
about the
Beast.
rivalry between cops and robbers.
Yeah, classic. The classic kids game, cops versus robbers.
Yes, yes. And it's kids like it so much these days that they continue to play this game as adults.
Uh, some people for sure. And the roles change, to meth head or something like that, So,
Yeah, I mean, robbers. Just think of generic lawbreakers, and
right.
that's a robber. But I have the stance of cops, and Nathan, you have robbers, in which we're going
Yeah.
to try to convince the other of which one is better.
Mine is a tragic tale. Robbers have it rough.
They do. So, I mean, you bring it up. Why don't you go ahead and kick us off then?
All right. So this is the one I'm quite passionate about. And I think for this segment, I'm going to take y'all back in time with me. All right, to around the 1940s, 1950s, to some of my favorite movies, some of the first bank robber type of films. and I think it would help the audience, our listeners, to really transport themselves if I decided to talk with that classic transatlantic accent, you know?
Or don't. Or
Oh,
don't.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
I,
try, Matthew.
I'm going to say, as one who is also listening to you, don't.
Matthew. Okay. I'm gonna try to talk like a serious detective, and lay out the facts. Okay.
I'll take that one. I'll take
All
that.
right. The true trope of cops and robber type stuff is that the robbers are always underdogs. You know,
Mm,
always the underdogs, and so it was directed by John Huston, one of our classic film directors, and he had a good one. Gosh darn it, Asphalt Jungle. It's
mm.
set during like the Prohibition era, and we follow this small German man named Doc, and he has a very long German last name, but we'll just call him Doc.
Ah,
He's freshly out of jail, but he's got a plan. See, he wants to rob a jewelry store out of some gems,
that's
and
the
so
first thing you want to do when you get out of prison. Break the law again.
oh heck yeah. Well, see, but this time he's got a great plan, and they're gonna get at least $700,000. All
Mm,
right. But the thing is, when you steal jewels, Matthew, you need somebody to sell them through. Okay.
that's true.
So he goes to a bookie, and he's like, "I need you to help me find a buyer." And he knows this attorney named Emmerich. Okay. And
Emmerich.
yeah, and Emmerich is the coolest character in the film. Well, did I say coolest? I meant sleaziest character in the film. He has a
Those are two very different words.
he has a sexy niece. It's Marilyn Monroe. It's like her first appearance.
Oh,
Um, and
interesting.
so his wife is bedridden. He doesn't really love his wife, but he loves Marilyn Monroe. And so,
I mean, I wouldn't love my bedridden wife if Marilyn Monroe entered the picture either.
like, like she's literally living in the same, bro. This man, I don't think she's a legit niece. I have to tell myself that so it's less creepy. But but yeah,
then
it's
you're entering some interesting territory.
right. Yeah, let's not focus on that part, okay? But
It's just Marilyn
anyway,
Monroe shows up.
so he's an attorney, but he's broke. He's got
Mm,
no money, but he's going to try to convince them, yeah, I'll give you all the money for the jewels. But what he's actually going to do is steal the jewels, double cross them, and fly away, okay?
oh,
And so Doc doesn't trust him. And Doc assembles a team. He has like a professional safecracker. He's got a driver. And then he has the muscle, played by
mhm.
Sterling Hayden, who's given the unfortunate name Dix. Okay? Now, Dix is just a good old country boy from Kentucky. Okay, this is set in Cincinnati, but he's just a good old boy from Kentucky. His family
Mhm.
owns a horse farm, or had, and all he wants is money to go buy that farm. All right?
Mm,
And so Doc really befriends Dix, and they're real good friends. Okay,
yeah.
uh, and like Doc has these great lines. All right, because the bookie he has like a dirty cop on his side, and
Mm.
Doc is like, I don't trust this cop. He goes, experience has taught me never trust a policeman. Just when you think he's all right, he turns legit. You know. So they go. They do the heist. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, the safe cracker gets him through, but he gets shot, and
Ah, dang.
poor guy dies. All right, which
Ah,
sucks because
what?
he's got a wife and like two kids at home, man. You know. And so the Doc and Dix, they go to Emmerich, and they're like, "Here's the jewels. Where's the money?" And Emmerich goes, "Psych, it's a double cross, and I got my private eye here to kill you." But
Oh.
but Dix is fast enough. He kills the private eye, and they tell Emmerich, "We're holding on to the jewels. You can convince the jewel store that it was actually like to claim the insurance. So we'll take the insurance money.
Mm.
And then they tell Emmerich, and you can hide the body. We don't care. you know? So they leave him, and Emmerich's just like, man, I was going to take Marilyn Monroe to Cuba, but now I can't. you know? Well, the bookie, back to the bookie.
Mm.
The bookie gets beaten up by his cop friend, his dirty cop friend, because the dirty cop's like, why didn't you tell me you had this great heist? Why didn't you include me in it? And I want you to tell me who all helped with it. And
Mm.
so here's where all the sadness starts, man. You know, the getaway
Oh,
drivers.
this is where the sadness starts, not where the guy got shot. That
Yeah,
wasn't
I
sad.
mean,
That's just like collateral. Am I right,
bruh,
boys?
dude, that private eye deserved it, man. He was all like, put your hands up. I'm in control now. And it's like, no, you're not, dude. but but anyway, it just he turns everybody in. He reveals everybody who did the heist. So
Mm.
they arrest the getaway driver.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a simple hunchback grocery man. But they arrest him, and
Mm.
then they go to Emmerich, and like this is the bit saddest part of all. Like Emmerich had gotten Marilyn Monroe to lie for him and say,
Mm-hmm.
he was with me, but like the police inspector dude,
Mm-hmm.
he just starts yelling at Marilyn Monroe, and like
Mm.
he's really talking like that. He's like, Emmerich told you to lie for him. See, he told you to make up this story. And it's just like, please leave Marilyn Monroe alone. But
Mm.
he doesn't, and he makes her cry, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, and Emmerich, and she's like, I'm so sorry. And Emmerich's just like, yeah, it's okay, whatever. You did okay. And so he's like, could I write a letter to my bedridden wife? And then, in my office? And they're like, yeah, sure. He goes in there, dude. He doesn't do that. He gets a gun and kills himself. It's so sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And so Doc and Dix are on the run. Dix has been shot. He gets shot by like a night watchman. And
Mm.
so they go their
He's limping
separate ways.
along, isn't he?
He is limping along, kind of. He goes to like his gal pal's house. She has a huge crush on him. And he's like, we need to get out of the state. We need to go to Kentucky. And she's like, I'll go with you. But Doc, let's focus on Doc for a second.
Oh,
Doc's
thank you.
weak. Okay, well, too bad. We're focusing on him. Doc's weakness is pretty girls, man. All right?
Mm.
He was in prison
Same.
for 5 years, so it makes sense. He goes, he gets a taxi, but he tells the taxi driver, hey, we have time. Let's stop at a diner and get something to eat. And so while they're there, there's this girl with her two friends, and she wants to dance, but the two boys with her are like, we don't have money. And so Doc gives her a bunch of nickels, and he's like, just play as much music as you want so I can watch you dance. I'm not
Eh?
saying he's a hero, okay? But he's kind of a creep. But he just sits there and watches her dance and have fun. And then two cops come up and recognize him.
Oh,
And
no.
they arrest him. Ugh.
Mm.
And then finally we have Dix. He goes along and he's driving. He's bleeding out, but he's driving to Kentucky. And he makes it to his family's horse farm. And he gets out of the car and he's stumbling along in the field. And then he falls over and dies.
Dang.
And the horses come up to him and kind of nudge him a little bit, but he's gone.
Man.
And see, the thing is with this movie, Matthew, it just shows you they're underdogs. Emmerich has this great line, okay? Because somebody's like, oh man, criminals are the worst, I can't. Like his bedridden wife is talking about that. She's like, oh, I hate these unsavory characters, And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, I'm tired of you hanging out with these criminals. And Emmerich goes, they're not so bad. He goes, criminal life is just a left-handed form of human endeavor. All it is just a different way to survive, and to get by.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So if
Except for the fact that they all could have done something better with their lives, and look at them now, dead and in jail
look, man,
again.
I just wanted him to succeed so bad. Like
Well,
Doc
so
just wanted to make
it
it.
can't happen. It can't happen.
Doc just wanted to make it to Mexico so he could be around the pretty Mexican girls.
Yeah.
Poor man.
Yeah, he
But
got what he
yeah,
deserved.
you want to mention? You want to talk about one of your videos?
Absolutely. I could talk about both of mine because they're pretty quick. Um, the first one is in a much more lighthearted stance. This comes from the worst YouTube channel I have ever watched a video of, unfortunately. It is called A for Adley Learning and Fun.
That sounds like a great channel.
It was not, because it's a YouTube channel of this husband and wife and their daughter Adley, and they just play a bunch of games and record YouTube videos and stuff like that, and it is about as awful and as you can imagine. But this particular one, they're playing cops and robbers at the local park jungle gym, and they are also playing the floor is lava.
Okay.
And so the whole thing is that Adley and her mom are dressed up in like the stereotypical like black and white hooped like jail clothing, and so they're sitting and they've got handcuffs on, and the dad has just a police hat on because I guess their costume department budget wasn't very big. Um, and so they're sitting there. They they get the handcuffs off and they're running from the dad, and he's chasing them all around the jungle gym, but the floor is lava. And the reason why I want to point this video out is that the father, put the mom and Adley in jail because he was concerned for their safety because the floor was lava.
Oh.
Yes. And I think cops are often misrepresented. I mean, you have those bad ones every now and then, like the crooked one that you talked about in your movie, but a lot of times cops just want to do the right thing, and this cop father didn't want to see his wife and child be burned up by the lava that was the floor. And so he wanted to keep them safe by locking them up in the jungle gym.
I look. I'm not talking about little kid stuff here, Matthew. This is serious stuff. All right.
Okay.
And I think they're just making a mockery, reducing it to just a simple little
Oh.
game.
Mm.
That's just wrong.
Well, I'm glad you say a simple little game, because in another video I saw from Inside Edition, there was a newlywed couple that had met in the police academy. One of them was a detective, the other one was a regular officer, and they just clocked out from a long day on the clock, being cops, and they went to their local Raising Cane's, and they were sitting in the farthest table on the back wall away from the door, and they were the only people in the restaurant apart from the workers. And a dude busts in with a gun and a face mask, and he's trying to rob the store, and the cop couple sees him and immediately pulls out their guns and goes up to us like, get on the ground.
Oh gosh.
And they interviewed the couple, and they're just like, yeah, we did all their, I mean, you can watch the video, and they do the thing where they immediately split up and go different ways so that they don't get caught in their own crossfire. And then one of them chases the robber out the front, the other one goes through the back, and they apprehend him and arrest him. But even when cops are off duty, they're still willing to protect and serve their communities. I think
Yeah.
that's much more admirable than people who are greedy and want to, do all these things to get their own gain in a way that is contradictory to the law we have set up in our land.
It just, I don't know, man. It's just like robbers are the true underdogs. The guy had no chance.
Yeah.
Breaks in there.
And you want to know why he didn't have a chance? Is because he was doing something that was wrong.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I just sometimes you just want to see a robber succeed, you
No,
know,
no.
but oftentimes you don't. I
Often, all the time.
not well. I just these thieves walked so that the Fast and Furious movies could run. You know,
Those aren't even good movies either.
like fast forward 60 years and you've got Vin Diesel and his friends pulling a safe around Brazil. You know, like
That's
it's
one of the
just
dumbest. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in those
like
movies.
I saw that and it warmed my heart. I was like, finally, the little guy's
Warmed
getting his
my
due.
heart.
You know?
And look at them
So
now. They went to space in the last movie.
that was so cool. I can't wait for Fast 10. It's coming out in May, I think. I'm
I
so
I can
ready.
I can wait.
Oh, I'm
That's
gonna
for
watch it.
sure. No way, dude.
Yeah, I
No
will.
way. But that was cops and robbers, and that was enjoyable. But now we're gonna
Yeah.
get into the real rivalry, the
Huh.
rivalry that most people talk about, but no one wants to actually think about.
Hmm.
And this is pirates versus ninjas.
Ah, yes.
Mm,
Or as I like to phrase it, ninjas versus pirates.
well, that is wrong because pirates are superior. And fun fact, when I was in primary and elementary school, when everyone else was growing up saying they wanted to be doctors or I want to be an astronaut, I said I wanted to be a pirate because I thought pirates were the coolest people ever. Um,
Wow.
I love them so much that I went to Books a Million and tried to buy every book I could on pirates and learn more about them. And then when I did learn more about them, I realized, wow, these guys are awful.
They're the bad guys.
Unfortunately, yeah, but I mean, so are ninjas because ninjas are,
Bro,
they
we
do they do
really
things in an honor shame culture. They do things that are extremely shameful. I'm just like, whatever. I won.
dude, it's kind of amazing that I mean, like, I know I let you pick these, but really the things that resonated with us the most as kids is the ones we got. Like, I
Yes.
loved ninjas a ton when I was little.
Nope. Pirates. So I want to talk about a few things that I saw. Um, Again, I went to a part of the internet that is atrocious and terrible, and that is the YouTube channel simply known as WatchMojo.com.
Heck yeah, brother.
Oh my gosh, top 10 lists for every possible thing you can think of. And
Yeah.
this one was about the top 10 pirates. And I just want to spew a couple facts about pirates from these videos. Um, the first one that I found interesting was that Henry Morgan was a privateer for the British Empire, and he attempted to capture not a ship, not a town, but the entire country of Panama. And when the British government found out that he attempted this, they brought him back, dubbed him as governor of Jamaica.
Okay.
Yes. And then you have the French pirate, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, Francois Lolonais, I think is how you pronounce it, Francois Lolonais. He was considered as one of the most bloodthirsty and ruthless pirates. And what he did was he ate a Spanish soldier's heart right out of his chest in the middle of a fight to show off how cool he was.
When he did that, was he like chanting Kala Makaleka, Kala Makaleka? Like
No,
the
because
guy from Indiana Jones.
yeah, I was about to say Indiana Jones hadn't been thought up yet. And then you have Francis Drake, who he only had one enemy in his entire life, and that was the entire country of Spain.
Oh, oh, cool.
He was so ruthless to the Spanish people that the British Empire made him a privateer just so that he could go into the Caribbean and disrupt Spanish trade.
Okay, I kind of dig that.
It is pretty cool. And then you have Blackbeard, who, I mean, what don't people know about Blackbeard. He would put
Well,
fuses in under his hat and light them on fire, braid his beard up to make it look like he's got even more fuses, and run into every single battle with a sword in each hand.
what
And the
color?
things black. His it was black. Everything was black.
His beard.
That's
What color was his
everything
beard, Matthew?
is black.
Gotcha.
Cool. Yeah.
I guess
And
that explains the name.
yeah, I mean, well, his name was Edward Teach.
Oh gosh, I'd so change it.
So-
Oh no, it's the fearsome Edward.
yeah.
I'm
Oh my
here to
gosh.
teach. I'm here to teach you a lesson. Oh, haha, very funny, Edward Teach.
Edward Teach. Yeah, no, so Blackbeard, I mean, one of the coolest pirates ever. And then you have Ching Si. Now, Ching Si was a woman pirate who who mainly stayed in the South China Sea, and she amassed a naval force of 1,500 ships and 80,000 pirates. And she is considered to have one of the greatest naval forces in all of history.
Good. Hey, honestly, good for her. Good for female empowerment. That's who we need to be telling our daughters and sisters about. You know?
Right. And then the government had such a hard time dealing with her forces that they made an agreement with her that they would pay her a certain amount of money for her to retire, and she took that money and ran a casino that she built for the rest of her life just to get out of the government's hair.
Yeah.
That's how powerful she was. They're like, we can't kill you because your army is too great, so we're gonna ask you to retire.
Well, that was nice of her to do so.
Yep. Yeah.
Did she
So,
also balance having like a husband and kids and stuff?
well, she did have an adopted son that became her husband.
Oh, the dream, huh?
People did weird stuff back in the 1600s or 1500s.
Huh. You know?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you can't find a good man, raise him yourself. That's what I was
Bleh. Gross. Ugh. Dang it. Someone's going to take that out of context. That was not a very epic thing to say.
It was so. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, it was very epic.
And then I have another video. This one comes from the YouTube channel Gold and Gunpowder, which actually really cool YouTube channel. He has stuff that's about everything pirates. It's really
cool.
really interesting.
Cool channel for you.
Yes, I it was a good channel. But this video was called "Why Did You Become a Pirate?" And he lifted off some different things, but I want to point out a few particularly. The first one was greed, because obviously you plunder ships and colonies and things like that for the money, of course. But then some people did it because of the lifestyle. Now, it's not like the, man, I sure do love disease. Not that kind of lifestyle. I'm talking about some privateers took up the offer because they wanted to study foreign lands and cultures. And then other pirates joined with ships because they wanted that band of brothers kind of feel to when you're fighting alongside others in harsh conditions, you band together and become inseparable.
Right.
And then some people wanted just a change of their lifestyle, like they were poor or they were being worked to death or anything. And back in those days, they were probably literally being worked to death, and they wanted to do something different. So they joined to different pirate ships to do that. And then others were forced into slavery.
Like one does, like one is.
Yeah. So that's kind of the big reasons why people became pirates. And I just I really enjoy the privateers that wanted to just go learn about other places.
I have a question for you. So with some of these pirates, like what are some of the things that pirates do? I mean, do they just like what's their goal? Other than exploring. Like, what do they want?
Money.
Oh, And how do they usually obtain it, dude?
Through raiding ships and villages, and sometimes whole countries.
So, like, when they do that, they're kind of like robbing those ships and countries
Well, some
of
of them did
money.
it and were sanctioned by the government to do that.
Yeah, I get that, but it was like
Hmm.
they were robbing, huh? They were robbing this. They were stealing this money, right?
Yeah, and they were breaking the law, and they were
Yeah. Uh huh.
most of them were killed.
And oh, okay. Hmm. They seem like real underdogs to me. They seem like your classic robbers to me. But you know what?
Mm.
Who am I? Who am I to judge? Before
Well,
we had cops and robbers, we had pirates, huh?
I
You
do
know?
want to point out one thing that
Hmm.
Golden Gunpowder also said in a interview with a pirate named Walter Kennedy. He mentioned that pirating was sort of like an addiction. He knew that there were it was in terrible conditions, but he couldn't stop the adrenaline and the rush he felt of doing all these things. And I mean, he said that he could not escape the unhappy and wicked life. And every time they came across another ship, they were either forced to flee or fight.
Yeah.
And when he was finally captured, he said that he felt relieved that he was
Aw.
finally out of the pirating life.
Aw, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
What a
So,
wimp.
but that
Hey,
was, I mean,
say,
that was the life of the pirate. It was always on edge. And when you were finally captured, a lot of people are like, I, I'm out. I
what's the
can't
guy?
believe it.
What was that guy's name again that you just mentioned?
Walter Kennedy.
Yeah. So, did he also have the tagline "Worst pirate ever"? Coward,
No,
chicken.
I would say Walter Kennedy relieved.
Walter Kennedy, relieved, finally
Relieved.
done,
Mm,
retired. Yeah.
yes.
Well, see, pirates are fine and all, Matthew, but
Mm-mm.
my subject was ninjas. Okay,
Mm.
so I want to play a game with you. All
All
right.
right.
Now, my former research is movies. Okay, and so I want you to Google. I want you to Google
Oh,
the phrase "best pirate movies." Okay.
okay.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to take turns, okay? I'm
All
going to
right.
read out a ninja movie title, and you're going
Mm-hmm.
to read out a pirate movie title,
Okay.
and we're going to see which sounds cooler,
All
okay?
right. All right.
All right, so I'll begin. The classic ninja movie, Ninja Assassin.
Ooh, interesting. The very first movie I see is The Pirates.
Mm. The Lego Ninjago movie.
Oh man, that's such an intimidating one. This one is called Cutthroat Island.
How about Shinobi Heart Under Blade?
Mm.
Shinobis are like another word for ninja.
Ah, okay. Oh, this one is called The Devil Ship Pirates.
Hmm. Space ninjas.
Ooh, this one's called The Island.
Clash of the Ninjas.
Um,
Oh, are you running out of titles there, Matthew? Hmm.
so this one's called Swiss Family Robinson.
How about Ninja Zombies?
Oh my gosh. Um, this this one's called Bikini Pirates. Which one's more exciting now, Nathan?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, while you're busy watching Bikini Pirates, I'm going to watch The Challenge of the Lady Ninja.
Well, this one's called. Um, sure. All right. That means absolutely nothing. You
Look,
know, you've got more interesting movie names, but that
bro.
doesn't. What
And
about ninjas?
And I was not even done. We had a ton more. We had Afro Ninja. We had Ninja Academy. We had Ninjas versus Vampires. We had Checkered Ninja. You know, we had
Hmm.
Mask of the Ninja. little ninjas, Cobra against Ninja. The thing is, ninjas have the coolest sounding movie titles, okay? And
Mm.
but that's not the only point I have, all right? First of all, they've got the coolest sounding movie titles, but I think the important thing to note is anyone can be a ninja, all right? We've already
Well, I
learned
mean, anyone can be forced into slavery and be on a pirate ship.
that's no, like willingly be a ninja.
People
Anybody.
willing, people also willingly became pirates.
No, look, you're not listening to me.
No, I'm
Anybody.
listening. Yeah.
Anybody. So, like the challenge of the lady ninja. You know what that challenge was?
No.
The fact that she's a lady ninja. Lady ninja, you know?
Well, I mean, in the Watch Mojo video, there was 3 of the people that were mentioned that were ladies.
Yeah. Afro ninja, a black guy can be a ninja.
Mm,
Beverly Hills ninja, fat guys can be ninjas.
dang.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turtles can be ninjas,
Wow.
you know? And then
Mm,
the one I want to end with, the one I really want to focus on, is the classic 90s movie series, Three Ninjas. Did you ever see that film?
I do not know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. Okay, as an aside, it is free on YouTube. I
Hmm.
highly recommend watching it. It's a blast.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a
It's a
second. Is it the
kids
one with
movie.
kids? Yes, I have seen
Yes.
that one.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I watched it.
Mm,
I watched it last night at 1.5 speed, and it made the fight scenes, dude. It made the fight scenes look even more intense.
dang.
Like it was like super fast now. But
Dang.
for those unfamiliar, Three Ninjas follow these three very white boys, and who spend a summer with their Japanese grandfather. Keep in mind, they do not look Japanese at all. Their mother
Hmm.
does not look Japanese at all. Okay, but he teaches them how to be ninjas, and then they just spend the whole first movie figuring out how to use their ninja powers, especially
Yep.
when their dad doesn't believe in it. You know, and
Dang.
so I highly recommend it. It's just a goofy, fun kids movie. The bad guy, his name is Schneider, and he literally says the line, "I love being the bad guy."
Wow.
So you know it's going to be good. And as a bonus, I mean, you could look this up now, but you could Google the youngest of the three boys. His name's Michael, or his new name is Tum Tum, because all of his strength comes from the food he eats. Um, the character development in the movie wasn't the best, but if you Google Tum Tum from Three Ninjas, you will literally see what I looked like as a little kid. It's remarkable how much he looks like me, or how I used to look.
The bowl cut and everything.
Yeah, I had that.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
unfortunate. That boy's the king of style in the film. Anyway, just wanted to say, great movie. I highly recommend. Like, notice I spoiled the serious dramas for cops and robbers because I knew nobody would watch them. But with Three Ninjas, it's so bad it's good. Highly
Mm,
recommend you go and watch it, and it's free
mm,
on YouTube.
very nice. Well,
But this now, Matthew, this brings us to our final rivalry. Okay,
yes.
I think
The
we've
most
come full
important
circle.
rivalry.
Yeah, and honestly, I think we could probably say it at the same time. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, okay, so on the count of three, we'll say it together.
Okay.
One, two, three. Mario
Mario,
and
Luigi,
Bowser. Bowser.
Luigi.
No, it's Mario and Bowser.
No, it's Mario and Luigi.
Hey,
Mario
hey,
versus Luigi
no, no, no,
is a
Matthew.
rivalry that
No,
extends in the 100+
hey,
games in the Mario franchise.
shh, shh. Did you? Okay, we did talk about how we were going to do Mario versus Bowser, and you did Luigi instead.
we talked about how I brought up Mario Luigi, and you're like, well, maybe Bowser would be it.
Yeah,
And I thought, and
because
then I
that
was like, okay, I'll let you know. But then the more research I did on Luigi, the more I realized he is far superior to Mario.
um um the people are expecting us to talk about Bowser.
No, the people are expecting us to talk about Luigi because he is the best Mario
Oh,
brother.
oh my gosh. Okay, let's just get it over with. What the crap do you
All
have to
right.
say about Luigi?
Well, let me tell you, I have 4 videos.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
So
that's
this
four too many.
no. See this so this first one comes from Nintendo's own YouTube channel, and it introduces the character of Luigi, the enigma, the Sigma male known as Luigi. And
Okay, now,
Luigi
hey, wait.
it
Now you're pulling at my heartstrings, calling him a Sigma male. Okay, I'm all right. I'm on this train.
so here's the thing, Luigi, he does so many things. I mean, this video, it starts off, it says Luigi is always on your team. He races, he goes places, and he jumps high and soars in the sky. He's
Yeah,
also a
uh huh.
coward and afraid of ghosts. But
Yes.
one thing I want to point out, um, let's see, which one is it? This one comes from a game theory video. Game theory, I'll admit it, game theory is one of my favorite YouTube channels.
Oh gosh, this horse didn't much mojo.
I love game theory. I love the stupid things. And this one comes at a video that's talking about Luigi. And in the guy who does game theory channel, his name is Matthew Patrick and or Matt Pat. And Matt Pat says that Luigi is more psychologically deep than any other character in this franchise because it describes his
Boo.
fears, hopes, dreams, and wishes. What do you know about Mario?
He
I
wants
gotta
to
save the
save the
princess. What do you know about Luigi? You know so much about Luigi. So this video comes from the YouTube channel Nico BBQ, Nico BBQ, and it's called "Luigi is not an idiot," and
Mm-hmm.
he gives 10 reasons of why Luigi's not an idiot, and these are some of the things that he says that 2013 Nintendo declared it to be the year of Luigi.
Yeah, that
So
was
he
a
got
dumb
his
year.
own year. Luigi is extremely smart because he had that one really bad game of on the Super Nintendo called Mario's Missing, where he has to answer all these like geography and other like real world questions.
Riveting.
And in the game, like Luigi knows all these things. He knows all these things. Luigi, and another thing that the video points out is that Luigi is aware. He knows exactly what he's doing. For instance, you remember the death stare meme
Yeah.
where Luigi's driving in a Mario Kart and he hits someone with a shell, and when he drives by them, he just like turns his head and stares at them in their stupid state, and he just looks on them very condescendingly. Luigi knows exactly what he's doing.
He's kind of rude.
He knows what he's doing. He's aware. But also, Luigi is so peaceful that Nico BBQ says that he is considered a modern equivalent to the Dalai Lama.
Huh.
And he
Hmm.
jumps better than Mario in almost every single game. So he outjumps the Jump Man himself.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you've got Luigi's Mansion. You want to know, again, Game Theory did a video on Luigi's Mansion, and the cost of the mansion and everything inside the mansion, like furnitures and decoration. Would you like to know the estimated value of everything found in Luigi's Mansion?
What is it?
$570,722,481.63. Luigi is banking.
Yeah. Hey.
He is rich. What isn't what why do people hate Luigi so much? He is far superior. He's filthy stinking rich. Everything about Luigi is so much better than Mario, who is a one-dimensional gotta save the princess and then be a jerk to my brother.
Um. Okay. Are you done?
I
Are
can
you
be.
Are you finished? because none of that is convincing to me. All right, look, what the movie that just came out? You saw it
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, right?
I
The
did.
Super Mario Brothers movie. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why they had to put in brothers, because it should have just been called, "Hey, Mario's pretty dang great. Princess Peach was pretty cool too. Oh yeah, and Luigi's here." What?
Nonsense.
Where is Luigi for the majority of that film? Where is he?
He's caught in jail because
Yeah,
it wasn't it's not like he
yeah,
was like, oh, I'm gonna
uh-huh,
get caught in jail. They're going through the
yeah,
pipe to the Mushroom Kingdom, and they get
right,
separated just because of
uh-huh,
coincidence.
yeah, and then
It just
okay,
happens.
and then he just gets thrown into Bowser's prison. Spoiler, sorry, but you guys know what you're getting into if you see that film. Uh, he is in jail the entire movie. Like, there's one time near the end where he tries to be like, "See, Mario, I'm brave now." And if I were Mario, I would have been like, "It's about time that you're pulling your own weight, loser." You know? Like, Mario was doing all of the work to save his brother Luigi. Okay?
Hmm.
The it it's really all about Mario.
It's
That's what you
no.
need. That's what you need to get through your thick head, Matthew.
You
It's
see,
all about
you're
Mario.
missing the point. You want to know what Mario told his brother at the beginning of the movie, and it says nothing can hurt us as long as we're together. And you know what? At the very end of the movie, spoiler alert, whenever Bowser starts blowing his fire at Mario, Luigi gets a manhole cover and puts it up like a shield, and he turns around to Mario and he says, nothing can hurt us as long as we're together. Without Luigi, Mario would have died.
Mario literally just said that to be nice. That's
And then
it.
Luigi repeated it because he's like, nah, man, it's true. I got your back.
Mario
And
Mario
then,
then goes,
no, you shut
Mario's
up.
like, no, no, no. Mario in his mind is going, did I really say that to you? Like, that wasn't a big deal to me, dude. Like, I was just saying it because you look depressed. You know?
And you know
They
what? That stuck with
literally,
Luigi. Luigi is so selfless. He does what he can to help other people because he is like a modern day equivalent of the Dalai Lama.
Matthew, here's an important question. Okay?
All right. All right.
In your family, are you the firstborn?
No.
Are you second born?
Yes.
Okay. So you're second born.
Mm.
You wouldn't get this because you're constantly player two. All right? If you and your older sibling were playing Mario,
Mm-hmm.
your oldest sibling would
Mm-hmm.
play as Mario and you
No.
would be Luigi.
No.
That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. Maybe your family was different, but in my household, if we would play Mario, which was rare because we were PlayStation people. All right? We were proud PlayStation people, PPPs.
Man.
And
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
and so look, if we played Mario, I would have been Mario. And my
Wow.
siblings would have had to scramble over who got the leftovers between Luigi, and if they had the newer Mario games, they'd have to scramble over who gets to play Toad and Peach. And I guarantee you, they would have been more excited to play as Princess Peach and Toad. Okay?
Dang. Dang.
Luigi's nothing. He's a loser. All right?
Wow. Wow.
His game, Luigi's Mansion, who cares
Mm-hmm.
how rich his mansion is, because he goes back to being a plumber and he goes back and hides in Mario's shadow. Okay? Because he knows that's
Mm.
where the real money is. The real money is in Super Mario Brothers, Super Smash Brothers, you know? It's in Mario Kart. It's in Mario Tennis. That's where the money's at. He ain't
Well, what
getting
if
nothing in Luigi's Mansion.
no? What if I told you that all these games were called, Mario Kart or whatever, because that was his surname. Because in Japanese culture, the first name that you tell people that people call you all the time is your surname, your last name. And so every time they're together,
Ah,
of course they're the Mario Bros because that's his last name,
yeah.
Luigi Mario.
So, okay. So he literally just goes by Mario then,
No, he goes. I
right?
mean, his name is Luigi. That's his whole brand thing. He's got the L on
Ah,
his head.
you're making no sense here because you know deep down that I'm right. You know, I am right. Luigi is just player 2. Nintendo's tried. They've tried. They were like, we really need to bump him up. We feel bad. Let's give him some psychological issues. Mario is well rounded. He's well adapted. Princess
And a
Peach gets
jerk.
kidnapped. No, he's not a jerk.
He's
He's
a
just living his
jerk.
life. I
In
wish
the
he was
game,
more
in
of
the
a jerk.
game Mario Tennis for the GameCube, he literally there's a cutscene of him and Luigi, and he's like stepping on Luigi's foot and like rubbing it in when they're both standing on the winner's platform.
Why are you giving me more evidence that Luigi sucks?
I'm telling you, Mario's a freaking jerk.
But that's okay because he's the oldest brother.
It's
He has
clearly
that
not
right.
okay. That's so mean.
You're
Gosh, I bet you
clearly
do that all the time to your siblings because that's just who you are, an
look.
aggressive, misogynistic dude.
It's just a coincidence that when all of my siblings heard I was moving to Texas, they started rejoicing and singing the Hallelujah chorus. That's just a coincidence.
Uh-huh.
Look, you
Wow.
resonate with Luigi because Matthew, you are Luigi.
No, I'm
Folks,
not.
Matthew is Luigi. If you picture us in your mind's eye, if you don't know what we look like in real life, I want you to picture Matthew as
Holy
Luigi from
crap,
now
you're
on.
right. Luigi's slender and tall and Mario's short and fat.
Shut up. Look. Uh,
You did that one
he's
to
just
yourself. You did
he's
that one to
big boned.
yourself.
He's just big
You,
boned.
yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
that fat. He's fine. He's
Sure.
fine.
Sure, bud.
Yeah. Look,
Gosh.
who would have thought that this would be the one that would get us most heated? I'm quite curious about this.
There's a reason why I wanted to do Luigi because Bowser is he's your stereotypical bad guy. But
Yeah, he's
Luigi is
cool.
a multi-dimensional character.
Yeah. But Bowser is the true villain.
He is.
Luigi doesn't even get to be a villain. Luigi's just there.
No, he does. In Mario in Super Paper Mario for the Wii, Mr. L is actually Luigi himself after he's hypnotized.
Okay, spoilers
I know.
for such
Spoilers
an
for a
old
game no
game.
one's going to play.
I guess I should have given spoilers for my movies from the 1940s and 50s.
Dang. Not epic.
Yeah, dang, I really did need to use that word a lot more.
Dang. Here, just say it a bunch of times and I'll slip it in random spots in the episode.
Okay, epic. It'll be something like, Luigi. No, you're just gonna force me to say stuff like Luigi is epic or something like that.
I would never,
You
because
know?
you already did.
I mean, that one doesn't count. Don't include that one.
You know what? I am just now noticing how long we've been talking, and I think it's time to cue the music.
I agree.
Would you like to talk about email and social media?
Yeah, hey folks, we have an email and social media.
We sure do. What is it?
Oh, it's Absurd Arguments. That's our social media, and then our email is Absurd Arguments for You. That is the letter 4, the number U at
Try again?
gmail.com. No, it's saying it. I did. They'll figure it out. They're clever. Our listeners are clever people.
Yeah. If you didn't understand what Nathan said, the links are into the description.
Right. Why did you tell me to talk about our stuff? We have links in our description.
It's what we always do. Anyways,
I
you know
know.
what? Just like we always do, we run out of time. These
Yeah.
conversations can't go on forever, but let us know on social media or via email who was right. And you can also tell us why Luigi is the superior Mario brother.
Yeah. Or you can say that it's a me, Nathan, who is right.
That's all the time we have for today, folks. So we will see y'all in the next episode. Bye, everybody.
Wahoo! Matthew. This is epic.